Mike Johnson's time as Speaker of the House has officially come to an end, and it's not just in one way, but in three distinct ways that we've seen his power disappear. First, he's completely given up all authority to Donald Trump, a man who, despite his position, finds himself weaker than ever. Second, the upcoming midterms are set to deliver a devastating blow to Johnson and his party. And third, the situation has become so critical that it's now a matter of numbers. This morning, we received news of a Republican passing away, which has now reduced Mike Johnson's majority to just 2 votes. After Marjorie Taylor Green's resignation yesterday, Johnson's hold on power has become even more fragile. Adding to that, the hospitalization of another Republican has made things even worse for him. Before we talk about what's happening in Venezuela and the latest news on Governor Tim Walz, please hit the like button if you're finding this update helpful. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. Your support really helps us keep these videos coming. Let's delve into the details of these developments and more, including the recent news surrounding Venezuela and Tim Walz.
These things were discussed in the SCIF. I want to say that the way that this is being described, I think, is accurate. This is not a regime change. In Article 1 powers, I'm just going to insist to you that those have not been traversed in any way by what happened here. The president used his authority under the law. He did so in a way that caused no casualties on the American side, and got the job done with exquisite intelligence and extreme precision that can only be done by the U.S. That's why we are the world's great and last superpower, and we stand for justice, and you're going to see that meted out here. It's overdue. And everyone will be safer because this has happened. So stay tuned for the further developments.
Is there an OLC opinion?
It's clear from his own words that Johnson has handed over all authority to Donald Trump. While Mike Johnson may be Speaker of the House, it's Trump who is really in charge. This is a man who has completely lost control. He isn't the one making the calls. Trump is. In fact, Trump himself has openly acknowledged this, frequently stating how Johnson isn't in charge. Despite this, the reality is, Trump's influence within his own party is weakening. As the president struggles to maintain support from Republicans, we see Mike Johnson's power fading even faster. And it's only going to get worse, especially with the ongoing issues surrounding Venezuela.
Who passed away yesterday, as you probably have heard. And he was the leader of the Western Caucus, a fierce champion on California water issues. He was great on water. He wanted, release the water, he'd scream at him. And a true defender of American children. He was a defender of everybody. And our hearts go out to his wife, Jill, and his entire family. You know, he voted with me 100% of the time.
Now, as we take a look at the more recent developments, Donald Trump's response to LaMalfa's death reveals a lot about his mindset. Trump, instead of acknowledging the tragedy in a more human way, immediately politicized it. He saw the death of a fellow Republican as an opportunity to reinforce his own narrative, making it all about his relationship with LaMalfa and his unwavering loyalty to him. This highlights a bigger issue within the Republican Party, where the focus has shifted from governance to a more self-serving agenda. And with the loss of key figures and growing divisions, Mike Johnson is left struggling to hold his party together.
Me, it became, if I can be as effective doing that, and it's clear, look, I don't think any governor in history has had to fight a war against the federal government every single day, and now it's reaching down into our commissioners. And look, what Donald Trump tweeted the other night put the Hortman children at risk. They have to look at security, put my family at risk again. What he's doing to the Somali community is absolutely unconscionable. And at some point in time, this is about, I don't know what it is. Whatever it is, I bug the crap out of Donald Trump.
Governor Tim Walz's words reflect the growing frustration that many in the political sphere are feeling. As Donald Trump continues to exert his influence over state leaders, the effects are being felt far and wide, especially within the Republican ranks. Leaders like Mike Johnson, who once held significant power, are now finding themselves isolated and increasingly irrelevant. The numbers just don't add up for Mike Johnson. As more Republicans resign, pass away, or face health issues, his already slim majority is slipping further out of reach. The Republican Party is facing a reckoning, and it's only a matter of time before the consequences become impossible to ignore. And as we look to the future, it's clear that Mike Johnson's power has already diminished to the point where he can no longer effectively lead the House. Whether it's the tragic passing of colleagues or the growing divide within his own party, Johnson's position is weakening by the day. The political landscape is shifting, and the Republican Party is on the verge of losing control of the House. What's next for Mike Johnson and his party? Only time will tell, but for now, it's evident that his time as Speaker is coming to an end.